Man. Can't ball in a life, man. Go on with it, go on with it. Do us. So we are coming in with a force, yeah. Blessing they are reap and we go it in on, man. Can't ball in a life, man. Go on with it, go on with it. Do us. So we are coming in with a force, yeah. Blessing they are reap and we go it in on, man.
Yeah.
Work, 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 work. See me up here, work, 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 work. See me do me dirt, 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 dirt. So me for that work, 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 work. When you walk out, la, 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 la. In the curve, me murder, da, 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 da. Try me, I deserve it. Let the devil lurking.
Yeah.
You make a rock, now you don't like it. You know I dealt with you the nicest. Nobody touched me in the right. Nobody touched me in a crisis. I believe that all of your dreams are duration. You took my heart, all my keys, and my patience.
Yeah.
Work, 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 work. See me up here, work, 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 work. See me do me dirt, 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 dirt. So me for that work, 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 work. When you walk out, la, 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 la. In the curve, me murder, da, 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 da. Try me, I deserve it. Let the devil lurking.
Yeah.
You make a rock, now you don't like it. You know I dealt with you the nicest. Nobody touched me in the right. Nobody touched me in a crisis. I believe that all of your dreams are duration. You took my heart, all my keys, and my patience.
Yeah.
Work, 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 work. See me up here, work, 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 work. See me do me dirt, 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 dirt. So me for that work, 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 work. When you walk out, la, 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 la. In the curve, me murder, da, 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 da. Try me, I deserve it. Let the devil lurking.
Yeah.
You make a rock, now you don't like it. You know I dealt with you the nicest. Nobody touched me in the right. Nobody touched me in a crisis. I believe that all of your dreams are duration. You took my heart, all my keys, and my patience.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Shay Renee, and I am back to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville, season 5, episode 12. Now, sorry about the long introduction. I was over here trying to get myself together before I popped on the camera with y'all. But anyway, last night it was like I was wondering, is the show gonna come on? Did y'all see where it was like it came on? I know I'm Eastern time, so it apparently did come on at 9. But I had ended up watching it at 11. That's why I didn't give y'all a review last night. And I said, I'm going to just come on today and do the review. But overall, I think the show was pretty good. I think that this episode rather, was pretty much kind of a segue into trying to get them out of the mess and the drama. Okay. That's what I was getting out of that. It also gave major hateration vibes from your girl Tisha, okay, which we're going to get into that with that episode. But it was a lot of delusions coming our way from Martell. You know, the whole episode, he's like reminiscing, you know, way to reminisce over you, my God. You know, it's like, Martell, it's over. Nothing that you're going to do, none of this corny little advances that you're making towards Mel. Like, if I was Mel, I would not be fooling with you. Like, she isn't, okay? You've done, it's like the delusions of grandeur are very evident. What makes you think that out of all the things that you've done, now I'm going to start falling in love with you somehow because we're in this house together with our children? Yes, it's very evident. We made these kids together. Okay. And I'm not going to say unfortunately, because kids are a blessing. And I'm sure Melody loves her children and they are a blessing. However, they are the only thing that's going to hold y'all together, at least until they turn 18. Okay. So you need to just settle into the fact that it's not in the cards for y'all. You did team too much. You chose the wrong broad to do the wrong things with. And now you over here sitting here kicking yourself forever to infinity because you fumbled the bag for the wrong bird. Okay, but y'all, let's just get into it. Let's get into Chef Anthony. Mind you, Chef Anthony is from DC, y'all. Y'all know, if you've been watching my reviews for quite some time, I am a DC native. I am very, very, very familiar with Chef Anthony. He is an amazing, amazing chef. His food looks absolutely delicious. I haven't had a chance to use him in my home, but let me tell y'all, I will at some point, because his food, he's very good. I was concerned with the portions, though. I would think, and I don't know what Mel paid for, but when you have a chef, right? You see, I would think that you have a whole spread of food on the counter. That was a long counter. Unless the food was already on the table, it looked like it wasn't really a lot of food. And there was a lot of people there in the house. I'm just saying. But Chef Anthony, his food, yeah. A lot of people, I know a lot of people that have used him. He does a lot of stuff for celebrities locally. His food is very good. You know, so even if he made a little bit of it, it was, I'm sure the little bit tasted good. Moving on. So the kids pray over the food, and little Martell is praying, and he seemed like he praying too damn long for Boss Baby, because she keep opening her eyes saying, listen here, brother man, I'm ready to get to this little bit of food. I need you to go on now. End your conversation with the Lord a little faster, because I'm hungry, brother. Knock it off. You're trying to do too much. Shut up. Okay, so they kept showing her, peeking her little eye, her little cute eyes open, so that she could, basically get to the food. Okay, so moving on, Marlene asks about their favorite memories, and the kids tell them their experiences on the trips, and how, the girls seem to be infatuated with Martell and his flowery shorts for some reason. But I think Sugar Mama was just copying Boss Baby, because she's the youngest, so she's just gonna copy her big sisters and her brother. And I think the oldest, Mariah, I can't remember what she said, but then Martell says that his favorite memory is going on the bike rides with the kids and Mel. And apparently, as we saw before, he still has all these photos and whatnot of them being on the bike rides and videos. And I'm like, sir, you keep tap dancing down memory lane. How about you tap dance into the memories that caused you to lose being able to get on the bike and ride down the yellow brick road with your family? I'm just saying. Exhibit Ariana Curry. Okay, you ruined it. You got to settle into that. You have got to settle into the fact that it is over for you. You stop reminiscing. This trip should have been Martell showing Mel, if he really does want to get her back, he should have been showing Mel that he is there only. What in the world is this? We have got to delete these comments, honey. We don't want this in our chat. What are you doing? Yeah, I gotta go back and delete that. I can't delete it from here, but yeah, we're gonna have to get these crazy folks up out of my chat. Moving on. If Martell really wanted to be with Melody, he should have basically shown her that he's there for the kids, be an excellent father that he tries to tell us all on TV that he is, okay? And do that. Don't get on her nerves. Don't ruffle her feathers. Do what you're supposed to do as far as your children, okay? But let me pull up some comments that I care about. Octavia is in the building. What's going on, Octavia? She over here laughing at me already, child. What I done did? What I say, Octavia? Cheryl Williams says, LOL. What's up? What's up? I am so thankful for y'all being in this chat. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like up the video. It gets me in the algorithm so that more people can come and talk with us, okay? So moving on, Martell, as they're at breakfast, he tells Mel, Marceau, and Tisha will be stopping by because they are in Pensacola, which is right down the street. And because they are, so close by, he wanted them to come over, okay? Octavia says, he got choked up in his confessional. I'm going to need him to show some contrition for breaking up his family. Right. Exactly. Gemini 523 says just blocked it. Thank you so much, Gemini, because that is disgusting. Why are they even in my chat saying that crap? Okay. Thank you so much, y'all. But yeah, Martell, he couldn't even finish talking in the confessional because he was so busy thinking about all the memories. Memories, memories, sweet, sweet memories. Because that's all it's going to be for you, sir. It is over for you, sir. Okay? Give it up. She don't want you no more. All right? So moving on, he tells Mel that Tisha and Marceau are coming over. Mind you, sir, you was invited on this trip. Okay? How are you gonna invite somebody on my trip that I paid for? All expenses paid for you and your mama to come up in here and put your feet under my table and eat my little bit of food that this chef cooked. What are you talking about? I know you lying. And you're going to invite them here? Mind you, I don't believe that Martell. I don't bit more believe Martell just invited them on this trip than the man in the moon. I believe that this was a stunt that Todd set up with Carlos to have them to come and commit the bullshit. Okay? I think that Carlos King set this up because he's like, you know what? We don't even know what's going to happen on this trip. Mel might be, doing a little bit too much dryness because she don't want to have no issues with Martell. Martell is going to try to fly under the radar with her because he wants to be around her more with the kids. So they're not going to really produce the drama that I need. So I'm going to go ahead and conveniently, right, have the Scotts down the street in Pensacola to come and visit. Now, y'all know good and daggone well the Scotts is not getting along with Mel. Mind you, y'all was just going upside each other's head at Madani. So now you want to invite them on a vacation? Uh-huh. And then let's put two and two together. Marceau was at the gym, right, with Martell, and they were talking about, this destined trip and how they don't want to confuse the cheering and all this, that, and the third. Why you ain't say something then that y'all was going to? Why you ain't say, oh yeah, me and Tisha going to Pensacola? We going down there too. Maybe we should link up. Y'all ain't talk about that. So then why they didn't film the Scotts at their home? Their vacation home. Was it not as legit as Mel's and her private chef with his little spread? I don't understand. I don't get it. You guys are full of shit. And we, the viewers, are not. We don't believe it. We don't believe you. This was a setup, okay? Moving on, Mel is upset, obviously, because she feels like her boundaries are being crossed yet again. And he's making decisions without her, much like he did in their marriage, which is what caused a lot of the turmoil in their marriage as well, with Martell trying to be the one that's beating his chest and trying to be the man and the big man in charge all the time. But Mel is the one that's actually executing and making things happen, hence this vacation, okay? And I'm sure that Martell, if Mel hadn't have made the comment that she paid for everything, he would have tried to make it seem like he contributed in some sort of way, or that he paid for the trip, or somehow he was the ringleader of all this. He already tried it in a previous episode where he was like, yeah, because I'm the one that always sets up. We used to go to Destin every year, and I was pretty much the one that would set that up. Martell is lying every time he says, and things like that, and, and stuff like that. He always lying every time he said it. You're lying. You ain't set up shit. Okay. You ain't set up nothing because you ain't been able to set up shit for your damn self throughout this time that y'all been divorced. Where are your businesses that are successful? And while you bring in your drunk ass mama on this trip that's always talking about Mel is lazy, I hope that she is taking it all in. Okay. Because you want to call her lazy and act like Mel don't do nothing. But yeah, you sitting up in her beach house that your son had nothing to do with. And how is she paying for these things, you might ask? Her successful businesses that she brought up from the ground up without your son. Read them and weep, Miss Drunk Marlene. Read them and weep. Your son is trash, and so are you. You created him. So there's that. Moving on. Cheryl Williams says she should have invited Marcus and his husband. Child. Now that would have been the scene that broke the camel's back. Okay, I would have loved to see that, because Martell want to act like, oh, and I don't want, and we're gonna talk about this in the next scene where he's talking about he don't want his, he in the blogs was talking about he don't want his children around other people, and mainly because Marcus and his husband are gay. Now you want to act like you don't want your kids around them. Marcus has been gay, I'm pretty sure, throughout your entire relationship. So why all of a sudden is it a problem now? I just don't understand. I don't understand that with people. I don't get when people act like your kids are going to catch gay. If they're going to be that way, they're going to be that way anyway. And what's the problem with it? Like, stop. Just stop. I can't stand it. And Martell is the ultimate homophobe, okay? Tisha is so fake, phony, and her voice is so annoying. Tisha is the ultimate hater. She looks at Mel with disgust because she's so jealous. She is so jealous that she is trapped in her marriage. And we're going to get into that with her little slick ass comment that she tried to make in her confessional. Octavia says that's why he's playing it close to the Scots. He needs a business handout desperately. Child, let me tell you something. The Scots don't want to do business with Martell. Marceau been using Tisha all this time to say no to Martell. He don't want to work with Martell at all. Okay, he keeps on acting like, oh no, it's because of this, and we working on this and that, and only if you can do the Madani project can we work together, knowing good and damn well that Destiny ain't had no money to do those projects. So if that's going to be what's contingent upon y'all working together, then that y'all are never going to work together. Just tell him that you don't want to work with him and have him move on with his life and get his daggone certification for this builder's license. Let him go ahead and do that and stop trying to lean on everybody else, which seems to be Martell's MO. But moving on, Martell in his confessional, after breaking the news that he's invited Tisha and Marceau over without Mel's consent, he says in his confessional, I know it's bothering Mel that I invited the Scots, but I just want to, force Mel to let it go. First of all, you're not going to force me to do nothing in my freaking house. Okay, let's be very clear about that. You're not going to force me to do anything. And I was actually reading comments. Hold on, y'all. I got to shake my juice up because, I make cold pressed drinks. It's real fresh and pressed. Okay. I was looking at some comments for people chatting about Love and Marriage Huntsville. And there was one lady that's made a comment saying, well, Mel shouldn't be mad because she showed up to the Madani event unannounced. Look here, little bitch. You need to shut the hell up, because that is not the same thing. The Madani event was a whole beauty supply store grand reopening for the 100th time. It's like, you know what? I'm just opening my doors again and hoping that somebody come through. That's what she should have called the event, not a grand reopening. Okay, let's be clear about that. That's number one. It was a public event. Number two, this is my private home, okay, that I have rented with my own money. This is not a public space for people to come and, take their breath in. No, this is not a place for everybody to come and enjoy. This is a private space for me and my family. So no, I am not going to be having everybody or inviting everybody to my house. Martell lucky that she invited his ass. So people that want to just be, I don't know why people want to try to make Mel look like the bad person all the time. Y'all be really reaching with this stuff to try to make this woman look like a bad person. She is a human being living her best life, and I don't understand why people hate on it so much. I applaud her living her best life after all that she's gone through. I don't get it. It's like y'all be like, so many people just be hating so bad. It's ridiculous. Like, I cannot stand it. It's ridiculous. And y'all need to get a life. I'm just saying. Moving on. Mel, Martell, and the family are playing in the water with the kids. Mel said this is what the vacation is all about. She's like, this is what I wanted. Not, any of this foolishness, no arguing, no ranting and raving, none of this. I just wanted to show the kids that this is what it looks like for your parents to get along, just for you. Okay, not us being together and all that, but just like us having a positive vibe as a family. Okay. And Mel said, Martell laughs and jokes and tells Mel not to be twerking in the water in front of the kids because she's doing some push-up motion in the water. I don't know what the hell type Pilates moves Mel was doing up in the damn water, but Martell is acting like she was doing this to entice him for some reason, which I'm like, sir, I'm pretty sure that lady is well over you and your dick in the middle. Okay, ain't nobody worrying about you. Moving on. So Martell shows Mel old photos and she says, "Oh, this must be the random photos you be texting me." And he was like, "Nah, you know how iPhone brings up memories and stuff. You know, that's just what it is." I'm like, Martell, you probably got a whole album that designated that says, "Oh, I still love Melody" photos in your phone. Just stop. Just stop. And Mel has already let the cat out of the bag talking about how you be sending her old photos and stuff and reminiscing about y'all being together. Sir, we are so over you and your foolishness, okay? Just let it go. Let it on go, okay? Moving on. So she says, "Oh, okay. So this is stuff that you be sending me when you texting me talking about asking me to marry you again and stuff, right?" Then he laughs it off and walks away. Yeah, of course you're gonna laugh it off and walk away because you don't want old curry goat face to see that and be like, "Oh, so you trying to get back with her?" Which I'm like, every time I see her, it is just like, wow, this is who you ruined your marriage over. This old Gallagher mouth ass hoe. This is who you ruined your marriage over. You have got to be out of your rabbit ass mind. Like, ain't no amount of sex in the world that's going to make me ruin my marriage over something in the likes of this chick. Like, y'all, it's just unbelievable every single time I see it. I'm just like, I don't get it. I don't get it. But moving on, he's obviously butthurt over it and he's sad about what he did and now he's regretting it. And I think him being with his family right now is really bringing it all full circle that, wow, I really fucked up. Like, this is like what it's all about. And I selfishly did all these things and I didn't realize because at the end of the day, let's be very real. Martell, like Melody said, never thought Mel would leave him. Never did. He thought that she was going to endure all of his foolishness till the end of time. Like, and that's just simply not true. And to request or ask somebody to do that is just simply insane. It really is. So moving on, as they're laying on the beach and everybody is in their little lounge chairs enjoying the sun and the beach and the water, Marceau and Tisha wobble their ass up on the beach, and I guess walk up on the Holtz. Okay. So Tisha compliments Mel's braids, and Martell says, "Yeah, you know, I like braids or whatever." And Mel says, "Oh, okay, well, let me go change them." Cause she like, listen, I don't. You can keep your snide comments. You keep your comments to yourself, sir. I told you I don't want you now. Stop flirting with me. Get out of here. That's exactly what she wanted to say to him. Because it's like, come on, Martell. Enough of go away from me with this. It's too much. It's entirely team too much. And then he makes a comment of saying, you know, Mel knows that I get the girls' hair braided, and you know, I love the girls' hair to be braided. So, you know, she thinks she's slick. Yeah, she just got her hair braided because she know that's what I like. No. She got her hair braided because she's at the beach in the water. And wigs definitely are not a good scene for the water, okay? And obviously she wants to get in the water. So this is going to be the best hairstyle for her to actually enjoy herself on her vacation. Braids are not defined by you, Martell. Knock it off, okay? So Marceau and Tisha and Mel and Martell end up, going inside the house, and the kids, of course, Tisha and Marceau brought the kids, so the kids are playing and whatnot, and Miss Marlene is watching the children outside while they all migrate inside, okay? And Tisha and Marceau act like they're happy to see Mel and Martell together. And they seem to keep on asking them questions about them being around each other and what it's like and who to what, and what they doing, spending time together and whatnot. And how, Mel talks about them all being on the golf cart as a family. And then Tisha makes a comment saying, "Oh, so you and Martell went out together?" Tisha, you and your empty head. Girl, shut the fuck up. You know damn well that they are now not out hanging out together. Everybody is not pressed to be married like you in dysfunction. Okay? Just stop. You are so pressed to say that you are somebody's wife. It's just insane. You and Banana Boob can go on and pretend to act like and live your life like it's golden in public and act like you love it. Nobody cares about Marceau and his damn and child. Marceau, do you own another pair of shorts? Because if I see you wearing these ripped shorts one more damn time, like you and them shorts is just about like Martell and the damn loafers. I'm gonna need y'all to go ahead and change your damn clothes. Change the outfits up. Matter of yet, y'all both need to go to a stylist together, not together apart, and get you some new wardrobe, some new clothes to wear. Cause you over here looking like McGilla Gorilla and Martell over here looking like Spock. I need y'all to get it together. Cause y'all both are a hot mess express together. And Tisha, I don't know what be going through your empty ass head and why you think you trying to read this girl, but it's not working. It's giving very jealous. And I'm pretty sure Mel is sitting back on all her coins and not worrying about you. Sitting back like, wow, this girl really thinks about me all the time. And I'm just sitting over here not giving a fuck about her, counting my money, packing my orders, getting into meetings with people that are going to get me more money, not thinking about Tisha. All right. So Tisha, you just sitting here thinking about me when I don't give a damn about you. Okay. Moving on to the hater that Tisha is. All right. So Mel says, well, Tisha brings up taking the boys to go fishing. So Martell says that he's going to take Tank fishing, and Tisha says, well, I want you to take MJ too, because Marcel don't know how to fish, and that's what we have a village for, so that we all can be a village for each other, and everybody needs support, right? So Mel says, well, Martell don't believe in villages, child. And so Martell looks at her like, oh my God, here she go. And I'm like, listen, she's speaking reality. Like Martell is like, and then Martell makes a comment. He was like, listen, y'all got to go because now Melody acting different. Melody wasn't acting different. You want Mel to be on some, ooh, I'm so happy that Martell is in my space kind of vibe. And that's not the vibe that she's on. She's constantly letting you know that, listen, this vacation is not about you and I. It's about you with the kids, me with the kids. We just happen to be in the same house together. We're just trying to let these kids know that we can get along, okay? And that's it. That is it, okay? And she's constantly trying to put him back into the space of thinking that, listen, Martell, I don't know what you got cooked up in your head over there thinking that we're going to be together or eventually, or this is a leg up to get to that, but that's not what's going to happen, okay? Let's get into these comments, y'all. This whole episode showed Coleslaw her deep throating. Gemini. Do I even want to keep going? Her deep throating skills were not enough. He regrets her and that he feels sorry. Ooh. Well, y'all know how I feel about cheering now. But listen. You said it. And I'm going to take a Destiny drink when I don't want to respond like she do. Moving on. Octavia says, empty head. Yeah, girl. Tisha is an empty-headed hoe. I cannot. Linda Gamble is in the building. What's up, Linda? Hello, Shay Renee. What's up? Angela Redmond Elliott says, thank you. Shut the fuck up. Tisha Nasty just needs to stay out of Mel's life, period. Right. Like, girl, why are you so involved? Like, Mel is not even thinking about you. She probably thinks about the bug that she squashed in this rental home more than she would ever think about you. Girl, like, Mel takes residency in Tisha's head every day. And she's such a hater. Like, Mel, she really feels like, let me tell y'all the honest truth. I think that Tisha came there with Marceau. She's sitting there acting like, oh yeah, because look at us. We're still married. I know you jealous. Yeah, we still married, girl. Mm-hmm. You mad that you're not married no more? And Mel was looking at her like, girl, poor little tink. You just as dumb as a box of rocks. You are not the sharpest knife in the drawer. You got all these degrees, but the dumbest person I know. You sitting here acting like I give a damn about you being married to McGilla Gorilla. Girl, get the fuck out of here. Don't nobody care about you and Marceau being married. It's like that is the ultimate Grammy nomination for Tisha to be somebody's wife. Let me tell you something, Tisha. If your husband is treating you like trash, and then we're going to get into Marcel talking about his little Africa trip, bringing him, to the light with his family, which is a bunch of bullshit. Okay. You acting like, you and Marcel have this perfect relationship and that he has so much respect for you and whatnot. That little game that y'all played proves that you do everything and you're not okay with it. You're not. You're not happy in your marriage. So stop trying to throw it on Mel like she's jealous of you being married. She doesn't give a damn. Why would I want to be married to Martell constantly cheating on me? Like Marcel allegedly does to you. Out here embarrassing you in these streets. Okay? Why would I want to be married to a fool like this? And not even that. It's not even just about being married. Like, she kills me with this stupid stuff. Like, being married is such a trophy. Like, oh, well, Mel, you ain't got no husband. So, you just trash. No, Mel is rich, doing her own thing by her damn self and loving on her children. And she gets to do whatever, whenever, whatever that she wants to do. And she has a village let's get back to this village that she speaks of. And Mel said that Martell is mad about. Yeah, Mel is bringing up the fact that, I'm going to bring up on public national TV, Marcel, how you was all over the internet talking about you don't want the kids around, that I have 20 babysitters and all this bullshit, knowing that that's a damn lie. And he didn't address it. He's like, well, what? Like he tried to blow that off. He didn't want to argue with her. I guess because he didn't want to get kicked out of that vacation early. He wanted to go dip them sandy toes from them loafers back out in that sand to get in the water a couple more times before he pissed her off and she send him on his merry damn way. We see it. We see each other, Martell. You ain't that damn dumb, I guess. Moving on. All right, because y'all, the damn Scots and their bag of bullshit gets on my nerves. Like, Tisha really thinks that somebody is jealous of her living in her little house on the prairie. Don't nobody care about you and Marceau and y'all footing his big back all over the internet. Girl, bye. Cheryl Williams says, allegedly, Tisha had her last name changed to Scott. They are not married by law. What? Why not? Because they weren't rich in the beginning, so why did they not get married? That's so weird and explains a lot. Gemini 523 says, Marceau is so stupid. My son went fishing with my uncle and still remembers the sardine he caught. He's 22, LOL. Yeah, I think that fishing is one of those things that definitely creates memories with the kids. And Marceau should go with them. Like, stop sending your kids to go have memories with everybody else while you doing God knows what. You ain't working that damn much, sir. My father worked 4 jobs and still spent time with us, okay? So I don't want to hear none of that shit that Marceau be talking about, well, I'm just trying to make sure we have a good life. No, you're not. Them kids don't have a good life without you in it. And that's just clear. Child, moving on. So then, Marceau and Tisha keep asking them questions. Mel and Martell decide to play a game where they turn their chairs back to back and they answer questions, okay? So Tisha asks, who's the best cook? Martell points to Mel. Then they ask, who cleans the most? And Mel points to Martell. Then they ask, who does the girl's hair the best? And then, of course, I don't know. I think Martell pointed to Mel. Then they say, who's the most patient? And then I don't remember who responded with that. And then they say, who loves the hardest? Mel was like, I don't love him, so I'm not about to answer any of these questions. And then Martell points to himself. Here's the thing, Martell, you don't love anybody but yourself. So you were pointing to the right person. You love yourself the hardest. That's why you do all this selfish bullshit. Okay? You love yourself. You don't love anybody else. You don't care how your actions hurt and reflect on other people. Okay? And that's what it is. So then Tisha and Marceau play. First question is, who spends more time with the kids? Of course, it's Tisha. Who's the better cook? Marceau. Who cooks the most? Tisha. Who reads to the kids at night? Then they say MJ. I'm like, oh, wow. Then they say, who gets MJ's haircut? Tisha. I'm like, wow, you don't even go get your son's haircut, Marceau? That's just one little task that probably lasts for an hour and a half once a week, if that. Like, damn, sir. Then they say, which parent the kids like to be around the most? And they say Marcel. And Mel says, damn, the one that don't do shit. I'm like, wait, listen, you and I agree, sis. Because I'm like, wow. Of course the kids are going to be like, oh, yeah, I want to be around dad because I'm around mom all the time. And she's probably the disciplinarian because she's around them all the time. And then you got Marcel coming in, swooping in like the candy man. You know, I'm pretty sure that's what he does. And then he gets the grace from the kids. But as the kids grow up, they're going to see all of the stuff that Marcel is lacking. And then he's going to be in his 60s and 70s sad because the kids are like, well, Dad, you never really spent time with us. And then trying to catch up on old times with his grandkids. That's exactly what he's going to be doing. Because it's not cute. Y'all laughing it off like it's funny that this man doesn't spend time with his children. But you would think that after 5 seasons of watching him do the same thing over and over again, that as a man and as a father that loves their children in some shape, form, or fashion, you would want to change that. You would say, you know what? Actually, it's not funny anymore that people keep saying that I don't spend time with my kids. I need to change that. You're starting with going on vacations with the kids because Tisha obviously used to do these vacations by herself with the kids and you were never there because you probably allegedly was off of whatever chick of the week you was with. So now you actually attending the vacation, but I'm pretty sure it's only because you were filming with the hosts. And that's just my opinion. But moving on, okay? Mel says so then Marcel says, oh, y'all got any more games? Let's play some different games. And Mel says, well, we got a pool table. And Marcel says, well, I guess I can beat you in that. So then him and Martell go upstairs to play pool. So in the next scene, Kimmie and Maurice are at home. And y'all, this scene was so sad to me. It was so, I really love how Maurice, you could see the pain in his face. Like you could see him. And I don't think it was, people were in the blogs talking about he was just mad because she was cutting her hair and whatnot. No, you could see that this man is hurt watching his wife suffer. Like he's looking at her like, wow, I really love my wife. And, probably going through his head of, I got to cherish every moment with her because I don't know if I'm going to be reminiscing on these things at some point because God, it's in God's hands what's going to happen to her, So I have to really cherish every single moment with her, show her how much I love her, be supportive with her so that I can have good memories if that's all that's left of her after this is over. You know what I mean? And we hate to have to think of that as a reality, but Cancer is a bitch that knocks on everybody's door. And when she walks in, you don't know if she gonna exit as a guest that didn't stay for a while, or if she gonna be a living guest that takes a toll on everybody that lives in the house. Okay? So it's a struggle watching Kimmie and Maurice, but it's very educational. I'm glad that she let people go through this journey with her. So we see in this scene where she decided to cut her hair. Her hairdresser is actually going to make a unit out of her hair because Kimmie has long, beautiful hair. And I was like, wow, Kimmie, why you don't wear your own hair out more? But most people that have beautiful hair like that, or like thick, long hair, it's a lot of work to deal with it and manage it. So they always wear wigs or units or whatever to keep it protected. So I can understand that because I wear my hair protected all the time too, because it's just a headache to constantly be trying to do your damn hair every day and get to work on time. But moving on. So Kimmie sits down. Her friend Andrea comes over and Andrea gets emotional and starts to cry as she's getting her hair cut. Maurice comes over and begins to shape up the back of her head as they've cut most of her hair off and she's got it now in its natural state. And then Kimmie tells the story of how she actually met Maurice. Now, we ain't never seen Maurice cut nobody's hair till today. I ain't never know Maurice was no barber, okay? But apparently, that's how Kimmie met him. She saw him on Facebook. She got her, she asked questions about him because him and her and her friend Patrice had him as a friend in common, right? So she got to know him through Patrice, which we saw Patrice on last season. So, and then I guess Patrice was formerly married to Maurice's brother, I think. If don't quote me, y'all, because I don't know, I might be wrong. But anyway, so she talks about him being a barber. She's like, oh, well, I have a son. He needs a haircut. Let me get him over here to cut my son's hair because I'm trying to get to know him. I'm trying to woo him a little bit. Okay. So that's how she got to know Maurice in the beginning. Okay. So, and then after that, I guess that was all she wrote. They started dating and now they're here and they're married. Okay. So everybody, her hair is cut and, everybody gets emotional afterwards. Even her hairstylist starts crying. Andrea is crying. Maurice gets emotional, comes over and hugs and kisses Kimmie to console her. And it's just so much love in the room. And I just love seeing Kimmie have so much support. Okay. But it's nevertheless a sad thing to watch. Okay. Let's see what y'all talking about. Mel didn't have to trap Mark. Ooh, hold on, wait a minute. Oh, y'all done got in with the comments now. Okay, let me go back down here. Mel didn't have to trap Martell to marry her. Allegedly, Tisha got pregnant and forced Marceau to marry her. Also, Mel's residency is sold out in Tisha's head. Absolutely. Okay. Listen, I don't know what Tisha and Marceau cockamamie BS they got going on. Child, somebody said they ain't married for real. Then they married because they had the damn baby child. Them Scots got a whole lot going on. Okay. Guess the heart grew fonder for their dad because he's never around. Child. Now that's sad. Ebony M says, hello, everyone. What's up, Ebony? How are you? Thanks for joining us. Mrs. Edith says, I do believe that Patricia was married to the oldest Scott brother, and I thought that Maurice was sleeping on their couch after leaving Kiowa. Yeah, you're right. So I think that was Patrice that came on the show. And they were talking, her and Kimmie were talking because that was when Kimmie was on this whole I'm not a side chick cleanup business. Okay. So, and she was like, she used to be married to, I think it was Mark that she was married to. And now she's married to somebody else. So there's that. Okay. So in the next scene, Martell and Marceau are playing pool. And this was kind of like a sliced up scene between Mel and Tisha and then Marceau and Martell. So I'm just going to do Martell and Marceau in one and then Tisha and Mel in one. We're going to be done with that. So Martell and Marceau are playing pool and Marceau says the Africa trip changed him where he needed more time. He realizes he needs more time with his family. What the fuck are you talking about? You go on a trip without your family, without your wife, for damn near a month, allegedly. Tell your wife at the last of minutes before you actually depart this continent. And you get there, you're there by yourself. And now you realize, oh, you know what? I really just want to be around my family. You full of shit. That's what you are, Marceau. Full of all the shit in America. I cannot believe this man believes his own bullshit. So you went on a long distance trip by yourself to somewhere as prominent as Africa, as life-changing as Africa without your family. And now all of a sudden, it's life-changing. Change the bullshit in your life. That's what you need to do. Stop trying to bullshit us because we're not stupid or dumb. Okay, this is a bunch of cockamamie bullshit with this man. I cannot. Moving on, y'all. So then Marceau says, I want to address the elephant in the room. How did you get here with Mel? What are you trying to get advice, Marceau? You thinking of leaving Tisha? Thinking of going somewhere? Trying to figure out how to get here with Tisha? This ain't gonna happen with her. Because Tisha gonna be all in your pockets because she's not an independent woman like Mel is. Okay. So you just better be getting the jobs ready and getting the coins together because sis is gonna be on your ass for the rest of your life. Okay, with them kids until you don't gotta pay for them no more. And that's just that on that. So Martell says he thinks Mel got the time she needed to go through her emotions, and he had the time to do the same because divorce was tough and they had a good life that they watched turn for the worse and had to realize things will never be the same. Is that both of y'all having to realize that, Martell, or you having to realize that? I think it's you. I think it's you. Okay, because you realize all that you messed up and will not get back with anybody else. Moving on. Martell says he accepted a lot of things, how he was pointing the finger at Mel, but he knows he must have been doing something to her to make her deny him certain things. Marceau says, do you think maybe wives just have sex less? And Martell says, I think when you get married, sex life changes. It's not about wives having sex less. It's definitely about what you were doing that made her sex drive go lower. Because my thing is, if you are annoying the fuck out of me every day, I don't want to really be I don't want to be dealing with you. I don't want you talking to me because you're doing something that's constantly pissing me off. Or I feel like I have to do everything. I got to make the money. I got to take care of the kids. I got to do this. But you out here being the great pretender, pretending like you're doing shit and you're not. Then you're damn right I'm going to be pissed at you. And I don't want to be humping up on you and riding your dick to the sunset. No, I'm not. Okay? Period. And that's just that on that. And then Martell, while you talking about you've accepted some things, I don't bit more believe that than the man in the moon. You ain't accepted shit because you all on the internet after this was recorded talking about how she wasn't satisfying you yet again. It's like you want to keep on trying to portray this narrative that just is not helping you at all. But this is how you keep on saying it because that's how you really feel. That's what you really think. You're trying to program yourself into reality, right? But you don't think in reality. You don't think that any of the stuff, the reality that everybody is trying to get you to see, that this is your fault and that you shouldn't have been out here cheating. It's not justified for you to cheat because your wife wasn't having sex with you. You should have been working on your marriage. You should have took your ass to therapy. You should have listened to the therapist when you actually went to Dr. Francis because you left and without getting fed. Let's be very clear about that. You didn't listen to any of the stuff that Dr. Francis said because you don't want to be wrong. And that's what it is. And you hold so tight to your truths and your beliefs that you don't want to see the forest for the trees. So as much as you try to retrain your thoughts, which is what you did in this scene, you try to retrain yourself into thinking how everybody else sees it for what it is. But you internally don't believe that bullshit because it's bullshit to you. You don't believe that you were wrong. It don't matter how many times everybody tells you you were wrong, Martell. This is what you did. He acts like he hears people, but he really don't. It's all woe is me. And you can see that through the conversations that he has with his mother, where his mother is constantly coddling him. He's never going to see the error for his ways, ever. And he's just pissed at this point because Mel has moved on. She don't care about none of that stuff that he's doing. She don't care about him. She's not trying to be with him. She sees it for what it is. He's never going to change. And that's just a part of her life that is now done. And he will want to get to that point in his own life. So moving on. Martell says he doesn't know how much no, I'm sorry, y'all. Marceau asked Martell if he thinks things would change if Mel knew how much he regrets what he did. And Martell says he doesn't know how much she knows he regrets, but he put her through a lot. And he apologized, but he doesn't want her to get in her mind that he is trying to get her back. Absolutely you do, because you just said in the last episode that you want the kids to hold out hope for y'all to get back together. You said that, sir. And that you hope that the kids do hold out hope because you have hope that y'all are going to get back together. You're talking out both sides of your neck. It's holes on both sides. Patch them up. Patch them up. Pick a side because you full of shit. That's what that is. And Mel sees through all of that. You are full of crap. Moving on. So Marceau asks, how does he feel about Mel dating and him dating? And Martell says that it will be a conversation they will have to have, and he is sure she will be a good judge of character. And then Marceau in his confessional says it's interesting that Martell says that because What he's showing right now, I don't really believe that to be true. I think it's going to be a whole different ball game when Mel actually starts to date, because it's one thing when people say that somebody can find something better, but when they actually do find something better, it's a whole different story when it really is happening. And I agree with him. Martell is going to lose his entire existence once Mel finds somebody else. And here's the thing, Mel is not out here searching to be with somebody else, because a man doesn't define her like it does Tisha. Let's be very real about that. A man doesn't define Mel. And people are starting to hopefully realize that. She's content with her life as it is, taking care of her children, making sure that her children get what they need and want, her living her best life. And a man is not a fixture of creating the whole puzzle piece. She's complete in her own existence. And that's the problem with a lot of women. You feel like a man is what completes your whole vision of excitement in life and your completion of this is how life is supposed to be. No, it's not. It's not. You don't need a man to be complete. A man is a great fixture of happiness if that's what you want, or if that's what you yearn at a certain point in your life, but no. It's not something that you necessarily need. And right now, from what I'm hearing her in so many interviews, that's not what she really wants or needs right now. And that's okay. And everybody that don't understand that, like Tisha, that want to be married, so pressed to tell somebody that you their damn wife, what else do you have outside of that? Period. Moving on. So Martell goes on to say that he's looking for someone that will be a good stepmom. Now I know you lying, because you better keep on searching, because Chateau Sheree is not for kids. Okay, Sheree is not about to have them kids running amok in her house. She is not. Sheree is damn near 60 years old. She's not trying to be she's somebody's grandmother age. Okay, she is not nobody's mama. Her kids are grown and still living with her. Okay, she not trying to be raising your little itty bitty children. Go back to the drawing board, sir, because Sheree is good to look at, but you gonna have to end up having some coins too, because quiet as it's kept, I heard sis be having financial issues too, so you're gonna have to go ahead and get yourself together so that you can get some coins up for that one, because she gonna need them. Okay, allegedly. Moving on. So, Marceau asks, do you think in the back of your mind that you guys will get back together? Are you holding out hope? And Martell says, we have to address it as it comes. Time tells all. Go ahead and tell your friend the damn truth, because you was just talking about how you want to get back together. So stop. Just stop. And we already know you sending her pictures and shit because you want to get her to reminiscing, because she said that's what you used to do when she would come back. And you're bad because that's not working now. It's not, the foolishness is not working for you now. So you got to find a whole new strategy. Okay. So he gets emotional in his confessional. This is when he gets emotional in his confessional and had to leave, because he's thinking about all of that and saying that he should have actually kept trying and he should have been more patient in his marriage. And in that moment, he probably realized, damn, I fucked up with a Gallagher mouth, bird-brained hoe. And I even further messed up by sealing the deal, by having a baby. Okay? And I'm not going to say that little Knox was actually the straw that broke the camel's back. It's not. Because even if Knox wasn't here, I truly believe that Mel would not be with Martell. I truly believe that. Because he has done so much damage. And in his mind, when you say to somebody over and over again, you need to go ahead and talk to the ancestors or talk to the grandmas and all these people and let them tell you this is how it's supposed to be. If I'm dealing with somebody like that and this is not truly how I want it to be in my life, and you really think that that's how life is supposed to go, where you're supposed to be able to dick dive in whoever you want, and I'm supposed to just go along to get along, and I'm the one that's making us look good, I'm the one that's helping us get money in this household, I'm the one that's making us look elite. Look and be elite, because looking and being is two different things. Martell wants to play businessman. He wants to look like a businessman. Melody is really a businesswoman. She's putting her hands in the mud every day, getting shit, building brick by brick, everything that she has. Martell just thinks because he's on TV or because he has all this notoriety or that he think, you know, in his head, he handsome, that things are just supposed to fall in his lap. No, you got to do the work, sir. You got to pass the test. You have to do brick and mortar things that's going to help you to have a full brick and mortar house of a business. And he don't get that. So I guess he's trying to go back to Old Faithful and hold out hope that he going to get back to Mel and they going to, you know, be the picture perfect couple again. And he'll appreciate it. Somehow she supposed to believe you supposed to appreciate it now. No, sir, it don't work like that. Where we go from here. Ebony M says, hello, everyone. I think we saw them. Miss Edith. I do believe. Ebony M says, your review is on point, Shay Renee. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I just try to tell y'all how I feel from the heart, child. I really do. Ebony M says, I wish Tisha didn't feel solely defined by being married to a man. Yeah, and I agree. I really, really agree. Like, I think that, and we're going to talk about this now. With the conversation with Mel and Tisha. I just think that Tisha has that old country mentality that like, oh girl, I got me a man, child. I'm married. I's married now. You know, everything's supposed to go right in her world. But if you want to keep on going on that old mentality, do you still hold the prophecy of your husband having your family, then he got a family across town that he take care of, but it's okay long as he take care of home? Because if you're going to, you know, adopt the whole philosophy, you got to adopt the whole philosophy. I'm just saying. All right. Gemini 523 says, agreed. Mel says she found out about Coleslaw being pregnant after she left, and that finding out confirmed she was right in her leaving. Yes, absolutely. She said, and you are absolutely right, Gemini 523. She said, Mel said, and I quote, the reason that made me want to leave is because I asked, he kept on talking about this. I need to talk to the older women. I need to talk to the older women stuff. And she said, by him telling me that, it let me know that you're not going to change. You're going to keep on cheating. You're just going to keep on finding better ways to do it. And you're just going to keep on trying to influence me to think it's okay. And once she heard that him continue to speak to her like that and trying to drive that home to her, she was like, it's finished. I'm done. Because you're never, at that moment, she learned that he's never going to change. And I think that she made the right decision. And I'm sure she knows it. She see it and feel it every day that she made the right decision because he's still out here acting like a plumb damn fool. Moving on, y'all. This is the scene with Mel and Tisha talking. She talking to a dummy, okay? So we're going to make it through this as best we can. So Mel is talking to Tisha, and Tisha says that they're actually leaving tomorrow. They only came down for a short time. Yeah, y'all came down to film with the host. That's what you came down to do. Just say it. Just say Carlos paid for us to come down here to rain on y'all parade and create some drama. That's exactly why you brought your ass down there. But anyway, moving on. So Tisha asks, how are things going with her and Martell, and what made her actually invite him on the trip? And Mel says, well, she feels she had to get to a mental and emotional space to have him in her space, despite the pressure of others telling her what they needed to do. And let me tell y'all right here, this was Mel basically telling her, because y'all motherfuckers not going to tell me when I need to be around him. I'm going to be around him when I want to be around him. Period. Okay? And let that be the reason. All right? I will be around this man when I freaking feel like it, not when you hoes tell me I need to be. And that's that on that. Okay? So that's what she was basically communicating to Miss Tisha. Okay? So then Mel also goes on to say that Tisha says that's a good place to be in. What steps did it take for you to get there? And Mel says a lot of self-reflection. She says she spent a lot of time with herself and to feel the emotions that she needed to feel. And Tisha in her confessional says Mel is good at trying to fool other people and fooling herself into thinking she is okay. Let me tell you something, Tisha. You ain't fooling us, and you can shut the fuck up because you are such a fucking hater. I can't stand a hating ass bitch. And that's exactly what Tisha is. Why does this girl have any reason to sit up here and lie to you? Who are you? You ain't nobody. Why do I have to lie to you to make you think that I'm okay and I'm really not? Why would she not be okay? Tell me why she's not okay, Tisha. What is happening in her life to show that she is actually in a corner crying, waiting on Martell to come back? She's so sad. And here's my thing. If you're supposed to be my friend, right? Or you care about women and you are all about women's empowerment and whatnot, why do you want me to still be sad over this man? Because it seems like you have more feelings about my feelings than I ever have. Why do you give a shit about whether I'm sad over Martell or not? And why do you still want me to be in a bad place? It's like you seeing other people doing bad makes you feel better about yourself. It's like Tisha is that type of bitch that's like, okay, I want to see you do well, but I don't want to see you doing better than me. That's what she reeks of. She reeks of jealousy because Mel is actually not falling on her face like most of them thought that she would. They thought that this girl was going to be head up, like hanging over the bed, crying, sad, and upset. Y'all seem to keep forgetting that she divorced Martell. Martell did not divorce her. And here's the kicker of it all. Tisha, you mad because you couldn't do it. You're mad because your life would not look anything like Mel's if you left Marcel. And why? Because you're weak. You're weak. And you don't want to accept it. You a bitch. You can't stand up and hold yourself up by the bootstraps. You would not go and create businesses like Mel has. You would not be able to create the generational wealth that Mel and her mother are creating for those children with buying land together, her having all these businesses, all these collaborations, her production company that she has. Tisha, you got all these degrees and doing nothing with it. Nothing at all. You do all of this stuff just to be seen, but you don't do anything with it. That's what I don't get. Like you go to get all these degrees and walk across the stage so you can say, oh, I got 4 degrees. Shout out to Wendy from Potomac. But what the fuck are you doing with the degrees? But sitting at home playing and on vacation at somebody else's vacation home playing games and showing yourself to be the fool that you are, that all you do is do everything for your children all day and allow your husband to treat you like shit. It's a sad life. And you mad that you got to live it. And you're looking dead at the woman that exhibits the life that you want. Because you did reveal, if y'all don't pay attention, Tisha said that she wanted to be a businesswoman. She wanted to do all these things. But she ended up meeting Marceau and then she ended up getting pregnant. So that was the clear indication that you decided that you couldn't have both. You decided that being a wife and a mother had so much more prestige and held so many more accolades than actually utilizing your brain and your education to do both. You could have been this tycoon business person. You could have been. But yet you sit over here and listen to riddle me this, riddle me that bullshit that Marceau speaks all the time. And then you listen to him mind fucking you all the time. And that's what you fall in privy to. Mental abuse. So don't sit over here and hate on this woman. Rather build her up. Say, you know what? I applaud you, Mel. Because you're a better woman than I've been showing myself to be. And actually, I'm proud of you for all the things that you've gone through, that you were able to walk away and be the best you. I'm happy for you, sis. Why was that so hard to roll off her tongue to say? That's the problem with a lot of women out here. A lot of y'all bitches be hating. You don't want to bring up the next woman next to you. You want to be hating like, oh, yeah, she doing this, but I could have did it better. But you didn't. You didn't. That's just like me with so many people. I I'm telling y'all, I'm probably like the biggest cheerleader of most people. I sit back and I see people, I'm like, oh wow, you did that. Like, I'm so happy for you. Like, oh my God, you reached this many subscribers. Oh my God, you got this interview. Oh my God, this, that, and the third. I cheer so many people on in the background. It's not even crazy. Now, it's not even funny. I go do super chats for everybody. But do I sit back and on my channel and do the woe is me? Well, nobody does that for me. And nobody, I don't have this and I don't have that. And you'll never have it because you're a fucking hater. It's so many. And I hate it. I hate it. I hate it that women are the ones that are mainly like this. We always hating on each other instead of building each other up. And the shit is trash. Stop it. Don't be Tisha. Tisha is such a fucking hater, her and Destiny, and that is a trauma bond that sucks. Y'all could be successful together, like Mel and Stormy. Okay? That's a great duo. Mel utilized her relationship with Stormy to get better at e-commerce and her business. You and Destiny use your relationship to hate on Mel more. That ain't making you no money. Because if this show is over, then you ain't even going to get paid to hate on her no more. How about that? Moving on, y'all, because Tisha gets on my fucking nerves. I cannot stand her and her stupid ass. When Tay, what's up, When Tay Talks? Thank you for joining, y'all. Go ahead and subscribe to When Tay Talks channel. She actually interviewed Mel, which I was so proud of her, y'all. I was so proud of her. I watched her interview. I didn't get a chance to watch it live, but I watched it and I didn't skip the commercials because, girl, we got to get paid off them ads, okay? And I watched it and she did an amazing job. Kudos to her. So proud of her. And she hit her. I think you got your 1,000 subscribers. Actually, she's way over 1,000 subscribers now, y'all. But go and subscribe to her channel. She is absolutely dope and amazing. But thank you so much for joining my little chat over here, girl. Thank you. And if y'all actually go back and look at some videos before, Tay actually got on my channel and we had like a discussion over Love and Marriage Huntsville as well. She's very dope and entertaining. When Tay Talk says she just want Mel to be down. Yeah, absolutely. She does. And it's like, why? How does that enhance or benefit your life for you to be constantly trying to hold this woman down? And like you sitting over here trying to shade somebody that don't give a fuck. At least if you're going to shade somebody, make sure they care. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Because Mel was sitting over there like, girl, I don't give a shit about none of this shit you talking about. Hey, you know what? You leaving tomorrow. You sure you don't want to leave now? Like my house? You can get the fuck on out of here right the fuck now, okay? When Tay Talk says, read her, Shay. Girl, listen. Tisha is an easy read, child. She's too terrible. And she's too lazy. When Tay Talk says, yes, Tisha is lazy. I'm telling you, she is nothing like her mother. Because what I will say, Wanda will get up there and work for it. Even Wanda coming on here being messy, that's a form of Wanda doing her job, okay? Tisha don't even want to do that. She used her mother to do that part for her. So she don't want to do shit herself. She's very lazy, and I'm sick of it. When Tay Talk says, that's a fact, Shay, thank you for your support. Absolutely, 100%. When Tay Talk says, thank you for watching the ads. Yeah, girl, we got to watch the ads because, you know, that gets us paid too now, okay? Y'all watch an ad. You ain't got to watch all of them. Just watch one. You know, one that's like 2 minutes or, you know, something like that. But when they get to the ones that's like YouTube, let me say something. Why y'all got ads that's 30 minutes long? Because you know how y'all be in the shower and you watching a video and your hands is wet and the phone is on the counter somewhere and you can't reach it. And you like, well, damn, why this commercial still on? And then you get out the shower and you're like, well, damn, the commercial's 30 minutes long. Now I got to skip this. But y'all done went on a whole nother tangent. But yeah, watch the commercials, y'all. That help us too. Appreciate you. Quanita Winters Tyler says, hey, Shay. What's up, Quanita? What's up? Thank you so much for joining us. When Tay Talk says, girl, I've been on your channel. Oh, thank you so much, Tay. I really appreciate that. I surely do. Quanita Winters Tyler says, I agree with you about Tisha and Destiny, especially Tisha. Child, trauma bonds. It's a trauma bond, and it's sick. When Tay Talk says, Tisha and Martell aren't happy unless they're talking negatively about somebody else. And that is that on that. Okay? Period. They're haters. When stuff is not going right in your life, instead of you trying to make it better yourself, they go and look for somebody else that's doing worse than them so that they can feel better about themselves. And that's what it is. Trash. When Tay Talk says, "Oh my God, I be mad as fuck in the shower." Yes, I be like, hold on, washing my back. Why this commercial ain't over? Damn. Then I call my husband, Brian. What my phone say? Bring it to me. Soapy as hell. But y'all, yeah, them commercials, they be too damn long, some of them. Moving on, y'all. So after Tisha is shady in her confessional, Mel and Tisha talk about being married and when they both got married, and Mel says jokingly if she has any more kids, she has to have a contract saying they will have a morning and night nanny. And I know that's right, child. Is with all the businesses Mel got going on and carrying on and traveling and doing things that she's doing. Like, here's my thing. I agree. I totally think that she did spend more time with herself and really reflect on how to move forward. And that's what really helped her to get past this whole relationship. Because if you constantly try to throw yourself into work or think about other things instead of actually dealing with your emotions, that's a quick way to never get over the trauma. I think that she did the right thing by actually feeling those emotions. Just because we didn't see her feeling them and she did it alone, however she needed to do it, that's fine. She don't need to prove to us as the viewers that she really was sad and she really got emotional and that it really bothered her that her marriage is over. She dealt with it, and that's good enough for me. Whatever makes sis happy, kudos to her for getting through it, because Lord knows I don't wish what Martell did to her on anybody, not even my worst enemy, because he is trash. And if you are a woman that is close to her or that even remotely called yourself a friend to her at some point, like Tisha was, and you can't see that for anything more than what it was, that Martell did her wrong, did your friend wrong. And she's just trying to work through it. And she's found her way on the other side of the road to happiness, and she's doing well. If you don't see her for anything more than that, and you can't big up her in this time of her life, then you just a hating ass bitch, and I don't want nothing with you. I don't want to deal with the likes of you. I don't want to be around you. I don't want to be around nobody like you, because you're a snake in the grass and you're hiding and waiting for you to bite me in the neck and kill me. And that's exactly what Tisha is doing. But anyway, y'all, thank you so much for watching. Please, please, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with anybody else that is watching Love and Marriage Huntsville with us too. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.